Alright. Okay, so I don't know exactly how long ago, but it was about probably a month to probably about a month, 2 months ago. Probably in between that time, I made a video stating that I was taking a break. And I never really went into detail on why, because, to be fair, it was none of my business in the first place. You want the honesty. And, well, I'm going to talk about it now since I moved out and I don't have to live there. Because I was originally going to wait 4 months till I was able to, you know, be able to do it without having to worry. But since I'm moving out, since I moved out, I don't have to worry about it anymore. So the reason why I stopped is because my mental health went down. It went down the tubes rapidly in the last semester of school, like the last 4 weeks of last semester in school. And the reason why is because there was some stuff going on in the room between my roommate and his boyfriend. And to put it short, it was like stuff that I shouldn't have been part of at all. I shouldn't have seen anything, I shouldn't have heard anything, and I did. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do now to take it back. What's said has been said. What's done has been done. It is what it is. But I'm gonna explain what was happening and why I stopped.
I may uncover another means to
And
defend ourselves.
so, God, this was over a month ago now. This is like almost 2-ish months ago. But, so it started off like this. So my roommate was apparently on dating apps. And it was like dating apps with like, from what I heard, because of course I was in the room when everything was being said. From what I heard, it was dating apps for straight people, which is nothing wrong with that. I don't. Look, you do what you want to do, all right? I don't care. It's none of my business to begin with. But he was already with someone, and they found out, and of course they were upset. And it is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, I shouldn't have been a part of it at all, but of course his boyfriend made me a part of it the second he found out, because he literally said, hey, I'm not going to say my name, he said, hey, Ghost, did you know so-and-so was on dating apps? And I was like, oh, that's all I said. I said, oh, because I didn't know. And plus, it wasn't any of my business to begin with. They were having problems like this. They shouldn't have been, you know, talking about it and all this shit in front of me, since it's like their personal problems. It's got nothing to do with me in the first place. Anyway, so it went on for like 4 weeks, this whole thing, this fiasco, and the roommate just lied and lied and lied and never said anything. Whenever he was given the option by the boyfriend to tell the truth, he didn't. He just held on to more lies. And I saw it all unravel in front of me. And for, when I say this, I mean it. For a solid 4 weeks straight. Excuse me. For a solid 4 weeks straight, it was nothing but his boyfriend yelling at him and me sitting there just listening. Because, you know, apparently they're not smart enough to realize, hey, we're having these serious issues. Maybe we shouldn't do it in front of your roommate. You know what I mean? Maybe we should go somewhere private and talk, because this is like some serious problems, like serious relationship issues. But anyway, for 4 weeks straight it went on, where my roommate would get yelled at, hit, all this stuff directly in front of me, and then the boyfriend stayed the night. Which he isn't even supposed to do in general, unless it's the weekend. And also, on top of that, my roommate never signed him in. He never signed him in whatsoever. Like, you're supposed to sign in guest that you have, and not once. But anyway. where should I start? So yeah, every day I'd come back from a long day of class, whether if I got bitched at by my teacher or whatever it was. Normally it was a long day, and so the only spot I have to have free space is that dorm room, right, where I can go back and relax, non-stressful, nothing, just relax, all that shit. And well, it was not like that after that, I'll tell you that. For those 4 weeks straight, 3 to 4 weeks straight, it was every day yelling and hitting him, which I don't give a shit. Personally, my roommate can go fuck himself. I don't like him anymore after getting to know him this year. But they did this shit in front of me, and it was like, it was uncomfortable. That's what I thought at first. It was uncomfortable, an uncomfortable situation to be in, but I was wrong. Because it was actually affecting my mental health because I wasn't saying shit about it. And I didn't realize how badly it was affecting me until like Christmas break, like a week or two in. I realized it was affecting me this bad, and honestly, shit, wrong dial. But no. Oh my god. I need to go get drugged. Anyway, yeah, no, it was affecting my mental health really badly because it was constant yelling and hitting and shit. It was like my only place where I can go and relax after a long, stressful day. It was not like that anymore. It was constantly that shit, and it took a toll on me. And I didn't realize it until it was too late. And the reason why I left was because of that. It wasn't like I was burned out or anything. That was the whole reason why I left in the first place and took a break. Other than like not having time to do it since they were always there. But it really did affect my mental health. And I don't know, it's a hard topic to talk about because I'm the type of person that doesn't open up and share. I'm the type of person that would rather just keep to himself, not say anything, which in the long run really affected me. It really did. And if I'd said something, I don't know, things could have been different. I could have been feeling a different way. Maybe I wouldn't be this fucked up with my mental health, but it was constant every day, yelling and hitting, and I just saw it all. And okay, when I say this, I'm not trying to sound like I'm Mr. Perfect or I'm a good guy or whatever, but like this shit was ridiculous. This has to be like the most inconsiderate like people I've ever met. Like, I'll get into that in a minute. Actually, I just need to get through the juicy part. Anyway, yeah, there was fighting, hitting constantly, and it was going on for like 3-4 weeks, and it was like during the time where I was staying in my room on the weekends because it was almost break. It was almost Christmas break. There was no point in going home if I was gonna have to go back to the dorm room. So I was like, it's fine, I'll get through it. But it made me lose sleep. It really fucked with me. Like, these two would be like doing this shit till like 3 in the morning some nights, and I'd had to get up at 6, sometimes 5 because of their alarm. And like, it really destroyed my mental. It really did. And that's the main reason why I had to quit and stop for a while. But since I moved out, I don't have to, and I can say this, I can tell the story, tell everything. Where the fuck is the shield part? I can tell the story, I can say everything, but it was really fucking with me. It was bad. And I mean, like, now I'm in a better spot since I am back at home, and I'm still feeling like the same way I did a few weeks ago, a little bit better, but like, it really did affect me. And I'm not trying to sound like a bitch or whatever, but it's the truth. And like I said, I'm the type of person that's not going to say anything because I don't want someone to feel like shit or feel terrible because of what was going on. And I learned that I should have probably spoke up sooner instead of not saying anything, because it really did it really did fuck me. And that's the main reason why I left, but that's not the real reason why I moved out of the dorm room. That was a big part, I'll say that. That was an enormous part of it. But it was also because it was like living with two man babies. I would clean up after them, and all this other shit. I never said anything. Like, well, okay, let me throw down some backstory to why I didn't say anything. The reason why I didn't say anything is because these two are the type of people that are literally going to do the same shit a week later after I talk to them. So that's why I didn't say anything to them. And it's hard to explain, bro. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm gonna try my best here. So, like, the inconsiderate shit they were doing was like setting alarms at 5 in the morning, like an hour and a half before I'd have to wake up to go to the job site, which I don't even understand since my roommate doesn't go. And you might be thinking I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, this motherfucker okay, so in the last 2 weeks of going to the job site, he's been there one time out of the last 2 weeks, out of like the last 9 classes we had. And he wasn't even there for the class. He was there to tell the teacher he was sick. That was it. After that, he left. So first off, why the fuck are you setting an alarm for 5 in the morning when you don't even have to wake up till like 6:30, but you're not even going? Not only it's like a waste of 40 grand, it's super inconsiderate if you ask me, because it's like, I'm trying to sleep over here. I'm already getting like 3 to 4 hours of sleep as is, because like you're arguing and yelling and hitting each other. Now I'm getting even less, and it's just like, it's not worth it. And then on top of that, these guys are like the most disgusting people I think I've ever met. They don't clean up after themselves, and when they do, it's like once a month, and that's it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even trying to sound like an asshole when I say this, but like when I say, like, I have a video on my phone so I can prove people if they say, oh, you're lying. I have a video of me cleaning up the shower, the toilet, the sink. Dude, there's shit marks in the toilets that I have to clean up. There's hair in the shower from him and his boyfriend. Like, a shitload of hair I had to pull out of the shower. There's always hair or water all over the sink. It's like, these two gotta be the most inconsiderate people I've ever fucking met in my entire life. Like, it's crazy. Like, I can only think of one thing that they've done combined, if you combine both of them, that they've done for me. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is my roommate lied and stole from me. That's the worst part. And when I asked him about the one thing, he didn't even want to come true. He didn't even want to be real with me. And the worst part is, his boyfriend thought I said something to the dorm director about him staying there, even though if I said that, not only my roommate gets in trouble, I get in trouble, because I knew about it for months, about him staying there when he's not supposed to be in the first place. So not only he's like stupid for thinking that, he was throwing allegations at me saying that I went to the dorm director saying all this stuff, and I have other shit in the room that I can't have the dorm director find or I'm fucked. That's all I'm gonna say for that part. But like, really, like, yeah, I'm the perfect person to go tell the dorm director, hey, so-and-so's been staying here. Yeah, kick me out now, because I've been hiding it for months. Like, no, that's fucking dumb. That's so embarrassing to think, bro. But honestly, I wouldn't even put it aside for them. Like, they are like, they gotta share like 2 brain cells together. It's like actually fucking insane how like these two think. But okay, now I'm starting to ramble. But anyway, yeah, no, it's like I dealt with like the arguing, the fighting and shit all the time. It was just not good. It was not a good environment to be in at all. And like I couldn't stream at all because they were there 24/7. And of course, when the boyfriend and my roommate goes to the boyfriend's house for like the weekend, which was only like Saturday till like late Sunday night, when they started fighting and he found out my roommate was on Tinder and all these other straight dating apps, they stopped going to his house. They stopped going to his house. Like, I shit you not, they stopped going to his house and just did all the fighting in front of me. And like I said, I probably should have said something, but like, you gotta think of it this way. That's like, imagine like seeing these two going through like a serious problem, and like they don't even care that they're doing it in front of someone at all. They don't care at all that like they're doing this shit in front of me. And like, I don't know, bro. It's just fucking ridiculous. Of course I said something though after a while. 2 dots? 2 dots, okay. Of course I said something after a while, because when I came back from break, I straight up asked him, because I never said anything to my roommate or anything, but I knew what was going on, and he's had some talks with me about what was going on. And I point blank asked him, hey, is everything okay between you two? Yep. Week later, not even a week later, not even a week later, there's already nagging and arguing and like fighting and shit directly in front of me, which is like, if you ask me, not only it's rude, disrespectful, and inconsiderate, it's just like, why are you doing this in front of me? I'm not like a marriage counselor or like like, you don't go to me for relationship problems, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? It's like fucking bullshit. But like, after that, I was like, okay, I'm done. Then that was like 2 weeks ago. After that happened, I think it was Thursday. It was like Thursday, and I was hyped because I was about to play Minecraft and all this shit for hours because I had no class that day or homework. I was so set. And like 40 minutes into playing games, this shit happens. So I went outside, I just sat in the truck for like 2 hours watching anime, and then eventually Ethan came out. He hanged out with me. By the way, W fucking Ethan. Ethan is a fucking G. Honestly, he's probably my best friend there. Like, I would have said why. I'm not gonna say that. I would have said my roommate, but no, not after this year, bro. And honestly, yeah, but no, Ethan's a W, bro. Like, I talked to him, and I told him what was going on, and I was telling him, hey, look, I think I might just go home tonight. I don't know if I can go back in that room, especially after how things were with like all the arguing and shit, and after like having to deal with it for like 3 to 4 weeks, and finding out that it's like, when it was Christmas break, and when I say I found out they were the reason behind my mental health going down the tubes rapidly, I'm not kidding. They were the reason. And I'm not trying to sound like a pussy saying this shit. I'm being dead ass. They were the reason. And I know it because, I'm not going to say this, but something happened when I was leaving, and I didn't want to leave. I did not want to leave after break. I did not want to go back to school. And it's not like it was because my teacher's a dickhead or like I wasn't getting like this carpentry shit. No, it wasn't that at all. That's actually like the only place I've felt happy in like even now, that's really the only place I felt happy other than at home, and that's like at the job site, and that's when the teacher isn't a dick. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, I haven't felt actual happiness over at campus in months, like since the beginning of the year probably. And like, it sucks to say that because I won't say that to my roommate because I don't want him to feel like a piece of shit, because I'm the type of person that would rather be in pain or be hurting than, you know, do that to someone else, because I don't know, I can't do it. I just can't. And like, even like today when he texted me, hey, why is all your stuff out of the room? And I told him I moved out, and he asked, was it me? I said a little bit. I didn't like I didn't say like it was his fault fully. I just said it was a little bit. College is supposed to be super fun, man. Yeah, they did, bro. They really did. Like, it was, honestly, I know college isn't really supposed to be like that. College is supposed to be a fun experience, but it was not that at all. It actually changed my outlook on the way I see people too, actually, believe it or not. Especially them too. It definitely changed the way I see them. But like, it was fucked up, you know what I mean? It's just like, how are you gonna like do all this shit in front of me? It's like disrespectful as fucked. And like, in the first place, his boyfriend's not even supposed to be there if I don't want him to be there. The only reason why I said he can be there is because I don't want to be a dick. You know what I mean? If I said no, he can't be there, my roommate has to listen to me and say, okay, alright, fine, I respect that. You know what I mean? That's what he has to do. It literally says it in the fucking book, in like the handbook about like the dorm stuff. It says you need to ask and get permission from your roommate to have guests over. It literally says that. Like, it's crazy. But nah, fucking... And you know what? This actually ropes back into the allegation thing too. Not only he made the allegation towards me, even though I would get super fucked, probably kicked out of the school if he got caught, even though he's a fucking idiot and doesn't see that. My roommate even asked me, is it okay if so-and-so stays over every night? And I said yes, even though I knew they were causing my issues. I still said yes. I still said yes. I said it was fine. And the worst part is, his boyfriend moved his Xbox, his TV, and all this shit into the room before he even asked me that. So it's almost like they predetermined that, yeah, it doesn't matter what he says, we're still gonna do it. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. And like, they're gonna throw allegations at me that I did this shit. And I won't lie, I know who did. I thank them very much, because they're one of the only people that I've actually explained to what was going on after a few weeks has happened. Like, when it was Christmas break, I explained what was going on, and they made a call that I didn't know about until after the allegations were thrown at me. And I won't lie, I know who did it, and I thank them. I genuinely thank them, because like, it was bullshit to begin with. Like, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't have been there, especially since he wasn't signed in to be in the building. Like, it's different if he was signed in and he was there during visiting hours, but he wasn't. That's the thing. And like, I don't know, it's just bullshit. It really is. But like, they're gonna throw like allegations and shit at me, and then like, after I talked to my roommate last week, or like a week and a half ago, when he actually showed up to class, which was like for 30 minutes, like 30 minutes he showed up to class, and like, I talked to him, and then after that he left. I told him I was dealing with personal issues, and that I'm not really in a good spot right now. And even after all that shit, I never once said, look, you're doing this and this and this, and this is causing me to have this and this and this. You know what I mean? I never did that. Not once. But anyway, after I talked to him, of course, he's got to tell his boyfriend every fucking thing I say, because I said, hey, look, I don't want you to tell your boyfriend that I'm dealing with personal issues. It's kind of my personal thing. I didn't even want to say it to you. But then he was like, what should I say to him? And I was like, because like, I won't lie, I used to snap his boyfriend on Snap because we had a streak. But that was before all of this shit happened. That was when I could tolerate him and I actually didn't mind talking to him. So I was like, sure, we'll have a streak or whatever the fuck it is, right? But once I realized that they were the main reasons behind my mental health going down the tubes rapidly, I completely cut off sending streaks and shit like that to him. And because of that, he thought I didn't like him, which made him think, in my opinion, because of course they're not going to tell me, in my opinion, that's what I think he thinks, because I didn't, but why he thinks I went to the dorm director and said, hey, so-and-so is staying here overnight. Like, I think that's why he said that, or he thought that, because he had his boyfriend ask me, which I'm happy he did, because if he had asked me, I would have fucking saw red. I'm not kidding. I would have probably lost my shit, which is very hard for me to do on people. But, like, I don't know. It's just a fucking horrible thing to talk about, because it's like shit. But, like, it's just drama, bro. It really is. But, like, fucking... So, the allegations were that I went to the dorm director and said that I don't want to say his name, that the boyfriend was staying over, which wasn't true at all. I know who did it, but I'm not going to say who. But, like, apparently I did it because I stopped snapping him and all this other shit, even though I'm dealing with my own personal shit. But anyway, after he told his boyfriend I was going through personal stuff, stop coming in and all that shit. He stopped coming into the room. And then about a week ago, I would say, maybe about a week ago, the boyfriend started showing up again, which is fine. I don't care. Even if I feel all this anger towards them, I'm still going to be the respectful person and say, hey, how's your day, or whatever. Or if they come talk to me, I'll put on some bullshit act about being, not about being, but I'll put on a bullshit act of me being happy and everything's fine, even though everything isn't fine. Fucking, I'll put on this act and I'll be nice and all this other shit. And so, like, last week, not that last week, like 3 days ago it was this week, his boyfriend came into the room and said, like, one thing to me, and I responded, and it was, like, a nice little, like, back and forth, like, a nice little talk, something we haven't had in months. But apparently, in their eyes, the way I see it, it was enough for I'm not gonna say his name, enough for the boyfriend to get a reward called, hey Ghost, can you bring back an extra PlayStation 5 remote so my boyfriend can use it so we can play games together? And of course I said sure. Obviously I'm not doing that because that was 3 days ago. I'm moved out. I'm not going back there unless I'm picking up shit. So they're not getting a remote. But like the audacity to ask me that after, like, throwing all these allegations towards me, and I didn't even get to the one part. I didn't even say the one thing. So one night, me, Ethan, and Jeff were all out in the truck, and I saw Ethan saw him coming into the dorm building, and apparently the boyfriend made a weird gesture towards me that Ethan thinks was the middle finger, and so when I looked over, the boyfriend was already inside the building, but my roommate was outside. And so when I went to wave to him, because whenever we see each other, we'll wave or whatever if we're passing by, or if he's, like, going into the building and he sees me out in the truck, I'll wave, he'll wave. I waved to him like everything was normal, and you know what happens? He looks at me, waves, but he has this, like, weird, awkward, like, he just saw what I think he saw look like it was so weird and awkward, like it's almost like I caught him doing something, you know what I mean? That's what it looked like. It looked like he was, like, hoping that nothing happens, kind of. And, like, oh, this guy's a dick, he's dead. But anyway, yeah, so, like, he flipped me off, and, like, a week later he has the audacity, after I told him I'm dealing with my own personal issues, to borrow my shit. And this isn't the first time they've borrowed my shit, which is fine. They can borrow my shit. But, like, you're not going to if you're gonna treat me this way. It's like, fucked. You're not gonna do that. No. I'm not giving you my shit, especially if it's something that's expensive. And I know my roommate, it's either I'm gonna get the broken remote back at the end of the year, or he's gonna forget. Like, that's how it's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna be out of the fucking PlayStation 5 remote, which is like a good 60, 70 fucking dollars, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be out of money because of that shit. But like, it's just the audacity, bro. That pisses me off. And then like when I asked my roommate, I was like, hey, look, because when I had a talk with him, I asked him, hey, what gesture did your boyfriend make towards me the other night? Because I know you had this weird look on your face, like I just looked over and saw something that you didn't want to see or whatever. And I was like, you look guilty as fuck too. And he said, oh, it was just a wave. And Ethan was in the truck with me when I was talking to him. And once my roommate left the vehicle, I looked over to Ethan. I said, do you really think it was a wave, or was it what you think it was? And he was like, that was definitely not a wave. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, alright, so now he's lying to me because he doesn't want his boyfriend to look bad, even though he should know, out of all the people there, he should know I'm the type of person that isn't gonna take anything like to a grudge and be like, and like fucking say all this shit to you. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be the respectful person, and I'm gonna be nice no matter what. Like, it's crazy. And he couldn't tell me the truth. Like, he really couldn't. That is like another thing that set me off big time, because like, you know me, you know how I'm going to react. I'm not gonna get like, I might be like, wow, that sucks, I can't believe he did that to me, oh well. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, next time I see the boyfriend, be like, hey, fuck you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna talk to him, be nice to him if he like interacts with me. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? That's what I had like a big problem with too, that he had to lie to me about that. And it's like, it's funny too, because like, now that I look at it last year, when I think he stole from me, after hearing that he stole from people, because I heard a lot of shit during those 3 weeks about what he was doing wrong and all this shit, on top of like the fighting. I heard like he was stealing, he was lying, he was manipulative, all this shit. And like, it made me think like, wow, did he really steal from me last year when I think he did? Yep, I think he did. I think he stole from me last year. I think he stole weed from me last year. I'll be real with you. And then this year, he did it again. He did it again. I'm not even kidding. He did it again. And the funny thing is, it's like, it's not like he put my shit back and I noticed it was low. No, he got caught. His boyfriend literally found it on him and made him give it to me. I'm not even kidding.
Perhaps these unknown
And
forces
of
seek
course,
to help
me
us.
being me, I was like, oh, it's okay, it's whatever. Because I didn't want to fucking hear the arguing and shit. I just wanted to get back to watching TV, even though I could hear them arguing over the TV, because that's how loud they were about this shit. Like, it made me think, okay, so last year he definitely did steal from me, and this year he stole from me again. So, not only he stolen from me and did all this other shit, it's just bullshit, bro. It really is. And it really made me think of college in a different way. It really did, or at least with the dorming part. And honestly, I was going to do a 3rd year, even though they won't be there for that. It really made me change my mind quickly about what I was going to do. Honestly, after that shit happening, I just want to get through this year, get done it, find a job, and start working and doing this on top of that. Because, like, I don't even know. It really changed the way I look at college after that shit. And honestly, I don't even want to have to deal with a roommate again. Like, this is the first and last time I ever have a roommate. Or at least a roommate that is like the complete opposite of me. Like, he didn't even have the audacity to be real with me, to be truthful with me. And we've been living together for a year and a half. He couldn't be real with me. That's the worst part. And you know what's funny too? They're still together. They're still together. I'm the one that like lived there and saw all this shit. Let me tell you, I may have never been in a serious relationship, but I can tell a toxic relationship when I see one. And that is probably the most toxic fucking relationship I've ever seen, ever. That is ridiculous, bro. And then like, I know I'm just keep on rambling, I'm saying the same shit, but like, bro, if you were there, you would know. Like I'm not trying to sound like a good person, but like, every time they got a shower or made a mess in the bathroom and I went in there, I cleaned it. I did all that shit. And I never said anything. I never made a big deal out of it. Because I knew if I told them, not only they would feel like shit and feel weird, but I knew after 1 week, it was going to go back to the exact same ways it is. You know what I mean? These are like what these type of people are. They I really don't want to sound like mean or anything when I say it, but like, bro, it's like like a whole different level of disrespect. Like, I'm literally cleaning shit out of the toilet because like they can't clean up after themselves. I'm cleaning dirty ass hair that I don't even know where it's coming from, whether it's from their hair, their ball, not their hair, their head, their balls, their fucking arms, their legs. It could be anywhere. I'm cleaning it up. Like, it is so disrespectful. And then, like, they have the audacity to ask me if they can borrow my shit after he has one nice conversation with me. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Seriously. No. And, like I said, I still was the big man and said, no, it wasn't. I only said it was, like, a little bit of you. Hell, I'll even do this. I'll pull up my messages I have with him from today. Because, when he went to the dorm room last night, and he realized that I moved out, well, yesterday around 2-ish, I moved out, like all my shit. I was in my last class, business. I was in my business class, and this dude calls me when I'm in the middle of class, completely interrupts the whole class, and I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like sitting in the front row too. That's the worst part. Like, my volume is on. I was sitting in the front row, and I just get a random call from a roommate. And I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'm not doing that now. Like, I'm in the middle of something. I can't talk. But, like, anyway, let me read these messages. So, I wrote, I was in class. I couldn't talk. 2:48 p.m. Friday, February the 14th. Saturday, February 15th at 10:30, so this morning, that's when he finally answers back. What's up? Why'd all you... Wow, I can't... Wow, this is like illiterate. I can't even read this. Why'd all you take like everything back with you? Wow, that was like stupid. I can't believe he said that. That's not even a real sentence in the first place, but alright. So pretty much he was trying to say, why'd you bring all your shit back home with you? And I said, I'm moving back home, but I'm not taking my name off the room in case I need to stay at night because of weather. And he responds back with, are things alright at home? Was it me? And me being me, after everything I've said so far, where I don't want to make someone feel like a piece of shit for something they did, I said a little to, was it me? I said a little, even though it was the whole thing. I said a little, and then I said, but I'm dealing with, I'll even read it word for word. I said, but I'm dealing with some mental health problems right now. I just need to be somewhere I'm happy at, and I need to be around family. And he said, I get it. I've been in a spiral myself. I'm really sorry that I've been so recluse and depressed. I should have been there for you earlier, but I'm still here if you need to talk about anything, man, really. I completely pulled my roommate's move, and I'm not answering. I'm completely ignoring it. I'm gonna ignore it, because, like, honestly, I don't even want to, like, look at him right now. Like, and the funny thing is, I did, even though I said yes, I did say you're a little bit of the reason. He completely ignored that part. Completely. Like, bro. I don't get it. He completely ignored the part where I said, yeah. I pretty much said, yeah. To him being part of the problem. I said, yeah. And he completely ignored it. And kept on going, acting like nothing he did was wrong or anything like that. He just asked me, oh, is everything okay at home? It was like, bro. And then, like, it's so stupid, too. When I come back from carpentry, because we're in the same class, he's always in bed sleeping or playing games. And because of the last 2 weeks he's been sick, that he hasn't been in class. And you know what's funny about that? It's really funny. He said to me, like, last week, he was like, yeah, I'm feeling really depressed since I've been sick. That's actually why I didn't show up one day. And I was like, you know the meme where it's like the fat girl says, like, oh, I'm gonna go eat a salad, and then it's like the dog giving her like the, okay, alright face. That was like me when I heard that. I was like, yeah, it was depression, right? When I came back and you're sleeping in your bed, no. And then like, he like asked me to tell the teacher certain things too. Like, he's like, hey, can you tell him this and this? Like, that I can't make it because I'm sick? I'm like, bro, no, I'm not your fucking dad. And also, to relate to that, he asked me to wake him up because his 3 alarms that are louder than my alarm, that are like sirens, he don't wake up to. So he used to ask me to wake him up. Hell, one day he asked me to wake him up, make sure he gets dressed, and get him out the door.
The gift of ammunition
I couldn't believe it. Like, do you want me to be your father? Like, actually, because that's like, that sounds like you're a 6-year-old and you need dad to get you ready for school. Like, come on, bro. And then, like, even then, after I did that, he still didn't make it to class. Like, it's actually crazy. And actually, since I'm saying this, that kind of goes into what might happen. He's probably going to get kicked out of the school. Now, when I say probably, I'm thinking like 50-50. Even though he is like even though he's missed every day so far in February for class, he's still probably gonna be in school. But anyway, if he gets kicked out, I'm moving back because that's why I kept my name on the room. Because originally I was gonna go tell the dorm director everything when I moved out, because I was going to try to get my money back for some of this semester, because I'm not using the room, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like a good safe thing to have in case, like, bad weather, since it's been, like, shitty lately with snow. But, like, it's crazy. It's, like, actually crazy. And then, like, he's expecting me to, like, do shit for him after all this, bro. No. But that's like the main reason why I had to stop, because like I couldn't stream in the first place because all you're gonna hear in the background is yelling, fighting, and arguing, and hitting, and all this shit. And on top of that, I had to stop because my mental health actually went down the tubes. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not trying to sound like a pussy or anything, but like I haven't been genuinely happy in that room in like 3 months now. And that's like even like now, well, not now because I'm not in there right now, but like this week, I don't think I was actually happy once. I think, and this is gonna sound so depressing too when I say this, but like genuinely, the real happiness I felt in the last 2 months over at that school was literally at a Lesser Lumber event that wasn't even really part of the school. Like, we got invited, the people in my class, we went, but this is really gonna sound fucked when I say this. The only time I really felt happiness was when I was drinking, and that was at the event. There was like an open bar, I got a drink and stuff, even though I'm not old enough. I got a drink, all this shit, and I was spending time with like people in my class, and we got more drinks after. We went to like Sheets and got a bunch of alcohol. That was the only time I felt genuine happiness other than the job site at the school. Like, and that sounds so sad because I had to be drunk too. That's the worst part. That's how I knew I was not in a good spot too. But like, honestly, I'll just say this. I'm just happy I moved out, cause honestly, I know there's gonna be arguing, fighting eventually again, even though they haven't done it in like a week and a half or 2 weeks since I said something to them. There's going to be fighting. I can already guarantee you that. That's why I said, don't be surprised if I'm back before the 4 months is up, because I might move. You know what I mean? That's, or I might be going home one night during the week, so I don't have to sit through that, which I did. I did 2 weeks ago on Thursday night. I went home. I was not gonna deal with that shit no more. That's like bullshit. But no, that's like the main reason why I stopped. And that's also the main reason why my mental health went down the tubes. Like all this shit happening. I'm just glad to look at it now and be able to say, hey, it's over.
We should have shared our ammo.
Chances of me going back to that room are probably like slim. I might be there like every here and there if the weather's bad, but it's not going to be like how it was. But like, it's just so inconsiderate, the type of shit I had to put up with, and like how they would treat me. Like, it was crazy. They would like act like, it's almost like the boyfriend would act like I wasn't there, but he would acknowledge me though. That's the funny thing. He would acknowledge it. And I know the boyfriend is a piece of shit too, because of one thing. On that Thursday, before like that arguing really happened 2 weeks ago, I heard my roommate say, hey, so-and-so is in the room. We probably shouldn't do this. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. And then I heard his boyfriend say, I don't give a shit. I heard him say, I don't give a shit. And that's when I left the room. Because I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm not taking this shit no more. But like, he's gonna have like the audacity to ask me after his boyfriend has been a major prick to me for like months. Like a major prick for months. He's gonna have the audacity to do that shit. It's like, no, bro, no, I'm not putting up with that shit. But no, that's like pretty much all. I'm about to die, yeah. But no, that's pretty much all that I should probably say. Probably shouldn't even get into any more of it, because honestly, it really isn't any of my business to begin with. It's just I don't know what goes through the boyfriend's head to think, yeah, this is okay. Let me yell, hit my significant other in front of his roommate. It's just so annoying. I don't know, bro. But that's pretty much it. That's like all the juicy shit. I mean, like, what else is there to think? What else can I think of that happened? I said he stole from me. I did say that.